I know. Shut up. Not a word. There's a fucking fly in here, and it's huge. And the thing is, it didn't want to go out the window. The window is wide open, and it's flying everywhere. Anyways, hello everybody, and welcome back to the lunch break.
Get your bones in the dirt, dry them off and let them burn.
Yeah, we're back. You know, like we haven't even been gone. It's like nothing ever happened. What happened to that time? Nothing important, right? Today I want to talk, the very quick episode because again, we'll ease our way back into things. But today is, I want to tell a story of something that happened a couple weeks ago. But just, it's more for my ability to remember it because it was so funny at the time that I want to make sure, like, down the road, I remember this very, very subtle moment in my life. So a couple of weeks ago, my friend from college, Mark, and his girlfriend, Victoria, came to Berlin on their trip between the U.S. and India. They were like having a layover and they were coming to visit me and see the city and whatnot. So a couple days they were here. We hung out. I got to see Mark again for the first time in a couple months since like Christmas, I think. Christmas time. We got dinner. So it was like 6 or 7 months. So it was nice to see Mark again and get to meet his new girlfriend. It was very nice. She was very cool. Hi, Victoria. Hello. So when they came here to Berlin, it was actually Victoria's birthday. And coincidentally enough, we were also going to somebody else's birthday party that we know here. A friend of ours, actually 2 friends of ours, were having a birthday like barbecue cookout at Folks Park, or one of the big parks here in the area in Berlin. And we were like, wow, that's great. You know, you can go join in on the birthday activities and, you know, just say, it's your birthday too. They'll love it. So it was perfect. We went there. It ended up raining out and like getting really stormy really quick. Like I was with Mark and Victoria at their hostel, and we were making our way to the party a little bit late, a little fashionably late. And once we got there, it's like the heavens opened up and just erupted. It was like kids were screaming, wind was like blowing everything away. It started like raining sideways. It was like hell, just like everywhere. It was crazy. So it ended up, the whole party got shifted to another friend of ours, Lorenzo's place. And he has a very nice apartment, big enough to host a party of that size. And he also has a grill. So, you know, the cookout still continued. So we got to their place and we hung out for a while. The night was great, getting to talk with them meeting all our friends, kind of us getting to meet all the new people that we didn't know that were at this party. All in all, great night. Everybody got to know each other. Everybody got a little drunk and having a good time. So as the night continued and later in the night, like kind of the people started to split. Some people wanted to go to another party. Some people wanted to go to a club or something. And then we were just like, nah, we're going to go to a local bar and we're going to get a drink. It was like, I don't know, midnight. I think we also had to go, we went back to Linda's place to just like kind of drop stuff off and like hang out for a little bit and check on the cats or whatever. So we were like, all right, let's leave. It's like midnight. Let's figure out our next steps. So as we're leaving, it's me, Mark, Victoria, and Linda. And in this building, Lorenzo lives on like a very high floor. He's like one of the top floors. And so there's an elevator. And us being in a drunken state, Mark and I decide to go and try to beat the girls down the elevator by running down the stairs. So it's an elevator in the middle. It's like from the Big Bang Theory, how there's the staircase and then the elevator in the middle. It's exactly the same way. So we just like, we book it. We start going. We start running down the stairs. We're running and we're listening for them in the up at the top floor, like waiting for the elevator to get on. And I'm trying to gauge it. Like we're just booking it down the stairs. I thought we're making great time. We're killing it. We get down to the bottom of the stairs and they're not there. We won. We got there and we won. And I'm standing there and I'm like, yeah, that was great. And Mark looks at me and he goes, I was hitting all the buttons on the way down, every floor. I lost it. It's so smart. It's so smart. And the girls came out of the building and they were like, you suck. You suck. And I was like, that is the best thing that has happened. That is the funniest thing that has happened in so long. Oh my God. I didn't realize, I didn't even think about it. And the whole time we're booking it on the stairs, every time he's just smacking the button every floor so that it would stop every floor. So they probably got in and went one floor down and then it stopped. And then one floor down and then it stopped. So, oh my God. It was so funny. So funny. That's it. That's literally just the story. That's the entirety of the story. I got nothing more for you. We ended up going to a bar later and hanging out until last call at like 2 a.m. 3 was it 4 a.m? No, it was 4 a.m. because after we drank, we went outside and, they're new to Berlin. It's their first time in Berlin, or like the first time like experiencing Berlin. And they had to get a doner. They had to get a doner, like a midnight or a late night. What's it fucking called in German? The drunk doner. Is it soft doner? Is that what that is? Sauf doner? Either way, it's drink doner. Like you're drunk. Yeah, it's not dish doner. Anyways, they had to experience it. So by the end of the night, it was like the sun was coming up and I had to work the next day. So I got a lot of sleep for that one. That was fun. But it was a good time. It was great. It was fun. And that story itself was the highlight of the night. It was so funny. Just coming down and like me being all excited and happy that we won and turning and Mark just nonchalantly being like, I hit every button on the way down. And I just like, that is so smart. That is so smart and so funny. Oh, damn. So yeah, there you go. Thanks for joining in for that. Was all right. That was a couple minutes, 5, 6, 7 minutes story. I like it. Nice. How's everybody doing? Obviously you can tell I'm in a decent mood right now. Life in the last couple months has been very interesting, very different, and like a lot of shifting and changing and stuff. And I'm confused and a little unsure of where to go with everything in life. But also like I'm going through waves of different things that I know I want to do and like putting effort into them as they come to me. So like, for instance, the first thing is I think I'm going to go back to university. I think I'm going to go back to school and try to find a career in the next couple years in social work or as a therapist and like get on that track. And it's going to take a little while, but also I already have a degree. So I'm thinking that I can kind of speed through that process a little bit quicker than everybody else. So I could do in 4 years, have another bachelor and a master's. Just because I got all the gen eds out of the way and that the transfer can be good. I just need to figure out European standards and stuff and whether or not I can study here in English. And that's been a thing. So I've been signing up for a bunch of things in the States to get an idea of what the States offer because their online programs and online schools, at least from what I've found, seem to be a lot better. Or like, at least not a lot better, but a lot more accessible and abundant. So there's more of that, and I had a couple calls here and there with a bunch of universities that specialize in psychology, and that's been kind of like a wave of it. And then that kind of shifted. Then another wave of like a thing that I want to do is get back into graffiti, and that was a wave in and of itself. I went out with a friend the other week, and he's been doing graffiti for a very long time, and he knows the city and he knows all the spots. So I hit him up and I was like, hey, take me out this weekend. I want to go find a spot and I want to do, I want to get back into this. So we went out, and this is what it was. Like it was a great time. It was really cool. There were a lot of fun stories with that. There was this BMW that was sitting there, and it was destroyed. It was lit on fire. It was burnt down, whatever. It was sitting there. It was on our path back to the the shop that sold us the cans, which is right by the wall that we went to. And we saw this going in, and at the end of the time when we were leaving, my buddy, he's like, hey, I'm gonna go take a picture of the BMW, I'll be right back. So he walks around the corner. A couple minutes later, he comes back. He's like, dude, you won't believe this, it's gone. And I was like, what? You're kidding? And I turned around, and I looked around the corner, and it was just gone. There was nothing. It was like in the span of like 3-4 hours, somebody moved that thing, but we didn't see any tow trucks. We didn't see it leave. We didn't see anybody come in and do anything. It was just gone. And it was cool. It was a fun experience. And also the end product was fun and cool. And I'm very proud of, what I was able to do after many years of hiatus and staying away. So then I started getting into that funk or that hyperfixation, which was nice. And now it's kind of shifting again to new job opportunities. While I'm looking at universities and such, I still need to be making money and the time to pay for that and pay for living and whatever. So I need a bit more of a stable and more filled out work life. Because right now I'm doing like 25 hours a week, on average between 20 and 30 hours a week, between a bunch of different things, whether it's my main gig with my I-14Y contracts or with like random stuff that comes here or there that helps pay everything else. So it's just I need something else. So my next jump, like career wise, up until I get that degree in psychology or I take that step later, is I'm looking for video game companies that are looking for anything, whether it be an internship to get me involved and then like jump into their marketing team, creative direction, or even like honestly, if I'm going to be psychology anyways, I'm going to go that route, HR. I don't mind. I want to be a part of these companies. I think that would be dope. And I've always had like that. I think something that I'm realizing is like I'm on LinkedIn every day when I'm at work, just like because we post there and I'm there many ways, scrolling through. And some of the job offerings that I'm seeing are like all tech companies, and it's all the same. It's all the same type of branding. It's all the same messaging. It's all the same type of like wording to each of the job descriptions of what they offer and what they want and how much they want from people. But when I look at the gaming side of things and all these gaming companies, there's so much. It seems like they kind of just get it. There's more of a personality to these, and it's a lot different than these tech companies. And I think I would fit in really well with those people. And I've sent out like. Today alone, I sent out like 12 different messages or emails or job applications. So I'm going to try to continue to do that and stay on top of that at least once a week until this phase, this hyperfixation dies out, and I get discouraged because nothing comes from it. And then I switch back to it's really weird. And this has kind of been the thing that I've been realizing, is like, I do go through these motions of like different hyperfixations within a week or two, and it's always a week or two, where I get really involved in one thing, but I suffocate myself with these things. Like when I was in the graffiti thing, I was watching documentaries. I switched back onto my graffiti Instagram account. Follow that if you'd like. A little plug. And I was just sitting in it. I was just sitting in that for 2 weeks straight. Just constant, thinking like, this is how you get into it. This is how you do it. You have to like immerse yourself in it entirely. But all that does for me is one day I just get tired of it. It gets not melancholy, mundane, not really the word I'm looking for, but it just becomes bland at a certain point. It all becomes the same again, and I'm just like, okay. And then I move on to the next thing. And I think the thing was I was always hating myself for not sticking to these things, but instead maybe what I should be doing is just accepting. That's how I tend to navigate everything in a lot of very short bursts in different directions, because obviously I'm putting a lot of effort and time into these different things and researching and understanding. I think just like accepting that that's going to be how I go about this, and just making sure that I put in as much effort and time that I can while I'm in those modes and of different points, that, you know, I'm still making progress, you know? So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. Still in Berlin, still hanging out. There's a new cat. And that's about it. All right. So, again, this was going to be a short one. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks for sticking around. If you're back, or if you're one of the new 5 or 6 subscribers that has jumped on the channel since my last post, from either the Nathaniel Drew video or the Germany video, how to move to Germany, all the steps, which I'm actually still very proud of all the resources. If anybody you know is trying to do that and trying to get over here, I laid out a lot of stuff. I'm very proud of that video, even though it's very basic. I'm quite proud of all the information that I give in that. So either way, again, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. This has been your lunch break. I hope your lunch was good and tasty and fulfilling, and I will hopefully see you soon. Hasta la pasta. Signorasta.
Get your bones in the dirt. Get those bones in the dirt. Get your bones in the dirt by the mile.